Commissioner Ed Tobin, also from Miami Beach.
Wow.
Doing okay. Want to acknowledge our town manager, our Public Works Director, our Parks and Recreation Department Director, Public Works, did I say, Tourism, Economic Development, and Community Services, all of our staff that are here and help in preparing this, of course, all of our police as well. It's funny how, and I also want to acknowledge the Sid Tepper's children who are here. Jackie is here, Brian is here, Susan is here, Michelle is here, and unfortunately Warren couldn't be with us. He's in Los Angeles.
And the son-in-law.
And the son-in-law.
And the grandkids. And the great-grandkids.
All of Sid's family. Welcome. I always forget somebody. So if I did forget somebody, please accept my apologies. So how did this all begin for me? And I understand the history, and I'll touch upon that in a few moments, but I happened to be in a store downtown. I was chatting with Arnie Ganem, and he said, listen, I want you to meet Sid Tepper's brother-in-law, Bernie Monkarsh. That was in late 2015. And Bernie said to me, hey, I understand that there's a movement afoot to name a street after my brother-in-law, Sid Tepper. I said, well, it's news to me, but let me ask. I'll ask around. So I turned to our town manager, asked if anything was in the works. He said, no, not that I'm aware of. Designation is not an easy thing to do in a town. Turns out that not only do we need to approve it in the town, we also then have to get the county to approve it. So the way that we do things in Surfside is we prepared a discussion item. So is this something that the town commission would be interested in as a policy matter? And unanimously they were supportive of this. And understanding the history, and again I'll get into that in a moment. Then we directed our town attorney to prepare the resolution urging or asking the county to co-designate the street. So again, presented to the commission, unanimously accepted. We then transferred that to the county. All the while, Bernie's checking in with me. What's the progress? I'm giving him the progress. In the meantime, I connected with Jackie and shared some information and learned a bit about her experiences in Surfside. Glad that she's been able to tour the town as it is today. So on June 14th, we passed the resolution to designate 89th Street, and it's not, sometimes we do things in a small way, sometimes we do things in a big way. This is a big way. He actually gets all of 89th Street. Whoa, wow.
Forever, right?
Forever. I've got to be careful what I can promise. For now, for sure. Then on July 12th, we forwarded this matter to the county commission. They took it up on September 7th. It was approved, and now here we are today. So it really is special because Surfside does have a deep connection not only to its residents but also to music. The community center has served as a focal point in a way that we can showcase local musicians. I know that the former mayor is very active in that space with 1308 Productions, really supporting and nurturing musicians from our area. We have an incredible school program that starts in the elementary school, continues through the middle school, and then the senior high school. And whenever we can, we have them come and really share their talents with the community. And for those reasons, and many, many more, it just seemed like an appropriate way to honor the contributions and vitality that Sid Tepper brought to Surfside, to the region, and really to the industry. And if I can, I just want to read the contents of the resolution so that you understand the story that we were telling, not only to the elected officials, but also to the community about why this was an important thing to do. But whereas at the June 14, 2016 meeting, the Town Commission accepted the recommendation to co-designate 89th Street as Sid Tepper Street, whereas Sid Tepper and his family moved to Surfside during the summer of 1969 and lived in Surfside until 2004. Whereas Sid Tepper was born in Brooklyn, New York on June 25th, 1918, and received his start in entertainment after high school when he enlisted in the Army during World War II. And whereas Mr. Tepper was initially in the cavalry and then was assigned to the Special Services Entertainment Division to entertain the troops, whereas along with his childhood friend and writing partner Roy Bennett, Mr. Tepper worked together over 25 years, publishing more than 300 songs, including over 40 songs for Elvis Presley, as well as other hit songs in the Billboard Top 100 for artists such as Guy Lombardo and his Royal Canadians. And whereas over the next 22 years, Sid Tepper and Roy Bennett wrote for the Beatles, Tony Bennett, Rosemary Clooney, Peggy Lee, Frank Sinatra, Sarah Vaughan, and Dean Martin, amongst many others. Whereas Mr. Tepper was honored in 2008 in recognition of his 90th birthday. Whereas in 2015, Mr. Tepper was designated a Surfside Star. Whereas in recognition of Mr. Tepper's love of Surfside and his cultural contributions, the town commission co-designates 89th Street as Sid Tepper Street. Thank you for coming. We have a few folks that would like to share their thoughts. First, I would like to invite Seth Bramson, a local historian and friend of Surfside, who knows Sid, knew Sid. I would like to share a few thoughts with you.
Yes, Seth.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, officials, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to be here, especially since I had the pleasure of knowing Sid, and we really should mention his dear bride, Lil. And I want to add to what the mayor has said, because I have to take a little bit of credit, because in our Surfside history we have a chapter titled Surfsiders, and in the book a full paragraph says prolific songwriter Sid Tepper, who wrote more than 300 songs, including 45 for Elvis Presley and such classics as The Naughty Lady of Shady Lane and Red Roses for a Blue Lady and Kiss of Fire.
That's me.
Lived in Surfside
Sunshine Lady.
1969 until 2004. I was in the house a number of times. It was a warm and cordial and gracious family, and I'm just so delighted to have been honored to have been asked by the mayor to say a few words, and want to tell you all that naming the street for Sid Tepper, Mr. Mayor, is absolutely positively as important as it was to have named a street for Isaac Bashevis Singer.
Next, I would like to invite Jackie or any members of the family that would like to share some thoughts today. The floor is yours.
Thank you. First, I really want to thank everyone for coming. I want to thank everyone for coming. And it's amazing to look out and see our next door neighbors, like the Kovlers, the Berkowitzes, Robart, and it's just amazing to see that our next door neighbors are here, and people from high school and the city and everywhere. So thank you so much, and my family really wants to thank you for this really great honor. I know that my dad would have been absolutely thrilled, and it's quite an honor to know that these signs will be here long after we're gone. So that's pretty special. Yeah. I also especially want to thank Mayor Daniel Deach, the Vice Mayor Barry Cohen, Guillermo Omadia, Randy Stokes, Fran Duval, Duncan Tavares, Melissa Richards. Thank you all so much for everything you've done. We moved here, I think it was 68 or 69? 69.
And then we're landing on the right.
Yes, and we're landing on the moon when the Teppers landed on Urban Avenue. I just have really fond memories of Surfside, in particular 89th Street. When we moved here, I was going to Bay Harbor Elementary, and I was absolutely petrified because I had to learn the Star Spangled Banner. We had to sing it in class every day. And my bus stop was on Dickens Avenue in 89th. And my mom would walk me to the bus stop every morning, and we'd do like a different verse, you know, the next day, till I finally got the song, you know, so such great memories of 89th. And the Surfside Community Center, I went to summer camp, day camp there, and it's where I acquired my love of French fries and pizza. I don't know if any of you remember that food bar, and they had the best greasy French fries of all time. I think locals knew my dad from, he walked a lot. He walked all the time. And something in particular that he did was, first of all, he was famous for his tuna sandwiches.
There you go.
Tuna and egg salad sandwiches, very famous. So he made it every day, but he used to pack up tuna sandwiches and walk to Harding Avenue, like almost every day, and feed the store. Everybody owners, people at the bank and the gas station, so everybody, and they would all be so excited. He'd be walking in with his tuna sandwiches. They were just, so thrilled. By the way, none of us can nail that tuna recipe. I know how he made it, but
I know.
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's
It
not
doesn't
the
matter. And he also did this. He stuck his tongue out when he did anything, and so maybe that had something
When he
to do
used
with
to
it.
concentrate
Right.
on anything.
At any rate, thank you all so much for coming. It's really such an honor, and thank you, everyone I mentioned in Surfside. And the truth of the matter is, you're being very kind, but I think that the reason they did this is because I nudged them to death for 9 years. And I think they just finally threw their hands up and said, if we don't do this, we're never going to get rid of this. Like, she's such a pain. That's probably it. And my friend Ed Tobin is here, who I also want to thank, who wore blue suede shoes in my dad's honor today. And also really helped for my dad's 90th birthday with a key to the city, both for Surfside but Miami Beach at the time, and a proclamation, which they're hanging on all of that is hanging on my wall. So thank you, Ed, and thanks for coming. And thank you, my family thanks you, my father. I'm so proud of him, and he would be so honored by all of this. So thank you all so much.
Thank you very, very much. We're now would like to invite the family to come over. We're going to have the unveiling, and then I would imagine over the next few days we want this to be the first sign that is displayed, but we will be continuing placement of the signs. So please, I want to invite the family. There are snacks here, and if there's any questions that you have, please don't hesitate to ask any of the staff that are this evening. Thank you. Thank
I'm like the not warm and fuzziest person I know, but I'm like, if you're talking about sitting grandma, I'm like this guy. Hey! I'm sorry, I'm all schwitzy. I'm schwitzy and I'm not trying to be.
And Brian.
I was like, and it would have been so I did already. Thank you. Did I do it?
Yeah.
I was nervous.
Right here.
At all.
you.
Oh, yeah.